Yeah, I mean, she's got great credentials too. She's probably going to take my job at some point. She's got WNBL championship experience player. She coached TAD in Dandenong and done well. She's coached the men's and women's, and her coming up to run TAG, Taipans Academy for Girls, and really for me as a coach, to have another resource available with someone like Sam, who's got so much basketball experience. I'm ecstatic with everything that provides for us. So it's a great program, great initiative. It's going to provide more opportunities for girls and women in basketball, Sam included, as well as everyone she gets to work with. And for me, I get a very high caliber coach that the boys are just going to benefit from as well.
Can you talk us through a little bit about more what her specific role with you guys will be?
Yeah, well, the good thing with Sam is she's also got background working with Synergy. And so, the video side of it, the scout-related stuff, this is not just going to be someone who's going to come in and help rebound, but we'll get Sam involved with player development, we'll get Sam involved with the scout. As much as she wants to take on, that's not going to take her too much away from TAG. I'll make sure I don't get in Jazz's bad books, taking away her coach. But yeah, she knows the stuff, and so we want to make sure we try and maximise that for us, but also for Sam. We want Sam to enjoy time here and feel like she's being utilised.
Well, I guess it's a lot of things, right? I mean, I moved into coaching men here in the NBL 1 a couple of seasons ago. And I think at the start, it wasn't really about creating pathways for females, but it kind of has evolved into that. And I guess, just looking from the outside, I'm so excited to have the experience of working alongside 40. I think they're doing such a fantastic job so far this season, but I think as I look across all the coaches, and this is obviously looking in from the outside, he's one that I think our values really aligns. And in the couple of brief conversations that I've had with him, I really liked, everything, the way he goes about everything, I guess that's the easiest way of saying that. And I really think that I will be able to learn a lot from him. So I guess also like that component of being a role model for females really ties in well with the TAG program as well.
I remember from our conversations that we spoke about, like, obviously 40 is a real players coach. Like, he's a players coach. Would you say that that's what you have in common with him?
Yeah, I think so. And I'm not afraid to give my players a bit of a spray sometimes as well, which I probably have in common with him as also. But I think, I also played for a very long time and had many different coaches across my career. So I think that's one thing that we do have in common. And I think I've really found the perfect balance of being a player's coach, but being also able to, step away from that and be quite hard on my players when needed to be as well.
Obviously, Sam, with the TAG program, it's kind of inaugural year. You're excited to, I guess, set the tone for what that program can be.
Yeah, definitely. And when 40 first reached out to me about the program, I was really excited about it. I think it's the Taipans already have like such a strong presence in far north Queensland in that sporting space. So now to include a girls program in that, I just think it speaks wonders about the club and the direction that they're going in. So yeah, the TAG program for me is probably a little more like outside of just what the girls are going to get the experience of basketball as well. To me, it's really important, I guess, to be able to create a space where girls feel valued. And, I know that the Taipans have used, we might discover the next Kayla George, but I think for me, it's, more about the long-term impact of the program. Like some girls may not ever play basketball again, but I think even myself, post-playing, the skills and values that I learned in basketball really translated across to my professional role now. I'm not just a basketball coach. I also work for a global company. So I think it's super important, not only the basketball and the skills side of things that they're going to get out of it, but the skills and values for life, I guess, that they're going to take away from the program as well.
I guess you sort of touched on it, but what are you most looking forward to about all of it and joining the team and being part of something that's inaugural and something new in the far north?
Well, I think it's everything, Maddie, from, leading the TAG program and hopefully, as Jasmine said, no pressure on me, but hopefully we together deliver a wonderful program. But then on the other side of it, I do have aspirations to one day coach in the NBL. So I think the combined appeal for me was, yes, I get to, lead this wonderful initiative from Taipans, but I also get to spend some time with the NBL team as well.
Sam, you had a pretty decorated WNBL career, life member, championship captain. When did the idea pop into your head to go, I want to be an NBL coach?
It was actually a funny story. My coaching career first started when I was still playing. So I was playing for the Adelaide Lightning at the time, and then I played for West Adelaide in the State League in South Australia. And my head coach for my State League team was actually my assistant WNBL coach, and I think we won the championship. And literally the next day, he called me and he said, "You're coaching next year. You can play a coach." And I guess throughout my career, I have basically been captain of every team that I played on. So I think it was just a natural transition for me into the coaching world. And yeah, I think I finished my last season in the WNBL was 2011, 2012. And then I applied for the Kilsyth job, which was then in the Seaball competition on the women's side. And I got it, and I've been coaching ever since.
So you sort of, you mentioned, I guess, that you saw the opportunity as, a chance to get involved with an NBL club. Is it kind of a stepping stone for you to maybe get that assistance role? Because we certainly haven't had enough women come through the NBL. I mean, maybe one or two assistants here and there, and that's about it. So it's always good to see women putting their hand up to get into the men's league.
Yeah, I get, yes, in short, it is a stepping stone, I guess. But to be honest, I'm not really looking at I'm not coming to Taipans because I think it's going to get me into the NBL. I think I'm coming to Cairns to obviously, importantly, be a part of the tag program, but get that experience of working alongside 40. And as I said, he's a great coach, like NBL Coach of the Year, multiple championships when he was assisting at Perth. So I'm really looking forward to that side of it as well. But yeah, as you said, it's definitely an aspiration of mine to be a coach in the NBL. As there's only been 5 women, with the most recent one being Fleur, and then that was a stepping stone into her role with the WNBA now. So yeah, I guess essentially it is a stepping stone, but it's not the sole purpose of me coming to Far North Queensland.
Give us some details in terms of when are you coming up? When does the tag program first start rolling out? What's on the calendar?
Well, Jazz was kind enough to book me a 6:30 a.m. flight tomorrow, so I'm heading to Cairns tomorrow. And Jazz, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe our first tag session is on Monday.
Yeah, we start with 2 schools on Monday, and yeah, the reason why I've got her on a 6:30 flight so I can take her straight to shoot around. So she's diving right into the deep end as soon as she gets off the plane. And I guess we'll just finish up. Just one more question. I think it's a little bit left of center, but essentially, obviously, there's this huge wave and there's this huge rise of women's sports and women in sport and things like that. And you've obviously had a really decorated career. How do you feel about this, this massive wave that's come through right now? Is it exciting, but also maybe a little bit frustrating that it's taken so long to get here?
Yeah, good question. And I think it's something, even when I speak to past teammates that played WNBL for a long time, I feel that we've continued to have the same conversations about promoting the WNBL and promoting women in sport for such a long time. So I think it's it's fantastic that there is a huge wave and a huge buzz around women's sport right now, not just basketball. But I think right now is really the time that we need to take advantage of that and do all the right things with promotion and marketing our players. I mean, we have some amazing athletes that play in the WNBL. So, having them at the forefront and really being able to showcase the women's game. So I think, yes, it's great, but I do feel we have somewhat been here before. So I really hope that, we take advantage of the situation that we're in and continue to promote and get women's sport where it needs to be.